River Nature Preserve. It's part of the Lakeforest open lands. There's small little parcels of land which you can hike between. Different like areas around like the Skokie River and different areas like that. There's actually parking coming up here. There's not a lot, maybe for 6 cars. Oh good, there's a spot for me. So it comes in here. The neat thing about this place is that there's actually 4 bridges. It was completed in the 1980s. Consists of a mix of woodlands, savannas, prairies, meadows typical of the bottomland area of the Skokie River Valley. Several areas have been remodeled over the time. There's 4.2 miles of hiking trails in here. It's kind of a small area, but it's actually, because there's so many trails in here, I'll insert the map here so you can see the whole map of the area. I'm gonna go along the river here, but what's kind of neat about this is that there's 4 bridges that we're gonna go over. One of them is actually a suspension bridge in the middle of the woods here that most people don't even know about. Here's the first bridge when you get in over the Skokie River. Partially frozen at the river's edge. This is more of like a bike bridge. You can see this massive tree here right at the entrance after you cross the bridge. So I'm gonna go off to the right. To the left is the actual bike trail of the Skokie Valley Bike Trail. And here you have the chopped wood chips. And again, this is part of the Lakeforest open lands. And like I said, on the map, it's not gonna look that big, but there's so many trails that crisscross. It's kind of hard to, there we go. Trying to block the corner there. So I'm just pretty much gonna go up here. I crossed the, there's where I parked. Entrance point. Here was a bridge here, going up here. Dupree Bridge is next. The actual swinging, they call it a swinging bridge, I call it suspension bridge. Simpson Bridge, I believe, is actually closed, but we'll give it a look. So the first bridge was when I came in, like I said, is just a bike bridge. The second one is kind of neat because it's a stone one. That'll be coming up in maybe a couple minutes of me hiking. I don't know if I'll cut the edit out of me walking, but that one's pretty cool. And then we'll head over to the swinging bridge, which I call a suspension bridge. It's a nice wide trail. They do allow dogs. So if you have a dog, you can bring a dog here. And one thing I will say, it's not bad right now. And this is in February 2024. But there are times where it's super muddy. And the trail kinda is not even at points, so it's a little bit harder to walk. But today it's actually really dry because it's been a minimal amount of snow this year. So that makes it easier. And obviously they're doing some cleanup already, which is pretty early in the season. We'll be along the river in a moment. That's just to haul all the stuff away when they clean out the areas. And you can see there's so many cross trails in here. You can zigzag back and forth. Oh, they must just did a control burn. It says hot coals. Yeah, you can actually see it. I'm gonna go close. And I don't know if they burnt out a stump or if they just were doing something else. So continuing on this fork of the road, I'm gonna go to the right here. Do you wanna stay along the river? Oh, I actually take it back. The second bridge is the, or the third bridge is the stone bridge. The second one is just like a little one over a creek here. You can kind of see here with the ground, they don't have the wood chips down. So it does get very muddy. So wear kind of shoes you don't care about per se. This is the A.B. Dick Trail. A walk along the river for future generations of children and dogs. So you can see they are very dog friendly. I ran into a couple so far. They were good. They didn't jump on me or anything, but they came by, let you pet them. So here's where I was saying that it gets a little bit tricky. Hopefully you can see that, but there's like a route there, and then it kind of goes up and down here. And you can see the Skokie Rivers out there, right kind of in there. A little bit frozen on the banks, but for the most part it's moving. So you do have to watch where you're walking, because obviously if you go down here and you trip on a root, you could fall into the river pretty easy. Which you don't want to do that, especially when it's 40 degrees out. I'm going to go down here. Just hold on here a little bit. Give you an idea of the river. It's very peaceful here. I mean, you do hear the highway that's not that far away, but it's still a nice place to just hike, and kind of serene. I'm continuing on, water's right there. A lot of really nice old trees. Like I said, you want to look up, but if you're filming, you want to trip on one of these roots. I have little cutouts here where you can go down along the river. It's really a perfect day because it's sunny. It's only 40 something degrees, 42 I believe. So it's not hot, it's not cold. And when it's really hot, it's probably a lot busier, or warm I should say. Yeah, the ground area is getting very damp and muddy. You can kind of see here where people walk. What I do is I usually just go walking on the leaves then, when I can, if there's enough on the side. Going back up here. Gotta watch your head too, because there are these big trees here that kind of go right past the path. Oh, there's a bridge coming up. I'll get a side view of it first, and then we'll cross it, and then on the other side I think there's a landing where we can see it really well. I'm gonna hang on to this tree here so I don't slide in, because the bank's really at a pretty high angle. I don't know why I thought it was a stone bridge. It's not, but that's okay. Oh, thought I was in zoom mode. Zoom in there. The water has kind of like a little rock dam. And that's the Skokie River. That's the Skokie River Trail. And there's, I think, 7 different forest preserves. There's 2 more that are coming that are part of the lakeforest open lands. So those aren't open yet. This one and one other one I'm going to do in another video seem like the best. This one I've done a couple times. And it's a really easy hike. I mean, it's not hard or anything. So you can see the trails crisscross. So no matter which way you go, you probably pretty much always come back to this area. Placard. Ellie Dupree Jr. Bridge. Restored in memory of Jeff, a man who loved water, nature, and life, by his family and friends. Dedicated June 13th, 2005. So that probably is the old bridge over here. Here's crossing the bridge. Skokie River. Oh, there's some ducks down there. Hopefully you can see them. They're cruising down the river. Maybe we'll see. I want to get by the suspension area. Then there's rocks down there. I don't know if it's a natural dam or if it's just one that was created by them just kind of slow the river under the bridge. That goes back out to the subdivisions. Here's another little bridge. So we can go down here if we go over here, get a better view of the bridge. See if I can get that tree blocking the sun. So here's the two bridges, kind of next to each other. They are doing a lot of clearing here of the old trees. I'm assuming they're going to burn these. It's not too muddy here, but I've been here where it's literally just like underwater, so you definitely don't want to come after a lot of rain. It's kind of cool. It's kind of an arch of trees. I think they actually put those in that way, the way that they're interlocked. Although the tree's kind of bent that way. I don't know if they bent it that way on purpose or I doubt nature did that. But wow, there's a lot of clearing back there. So far I've only been going maybe 3-4 minutes on this trail. I already hit 3 of the bridges, so. Now in the spring you will find, if you're into birding, a lot of birding out here. And there is a lake, you go under the train bridge. It kind of turns into not as well maintained of a trail near the train bridge. But it's definitely, if you're up for a good hike, it's definitely worth doing. There's a big, not a big, but there's a little lake in there. This path here, it used to lead to, I think it was Dartmouth art place. So where people could go and do different art, poetry, and that kind of stuff. I'm not seeing it on the map anymore, so I don't know if they closed or not. Maybe this is going to be part of the Skokie Valley Preserve area. You can see the road just keeps going there. They used to have like little art installations. It's a good little walk there, maybe 3-4 minutes. But again, it doesn't say what it is anymore. So I'm kind of thinking that closed down. Let's see what the stone says. So this is Shaw Prairie, Howard Van Dorn Shaw, 1869 to 1926. This prairie was part of his Ragdale. He preserved it and loved it. Oh, Ragdale, that's what this was actually called. But again, it's not on the maps anymore, so I don't know if it's actually the art thing. The buildings are still there. You can just see it's a ton of open land here. I'm gonna go back to the trail here so I can get to the bridge. A lot of stumps there. Be good firewood for somebody. I thought there was like a little art area coming up here where you kind of, like a deck almost. I haven't been here in 5 years, so I have to see if they still have it. Usually I don't come till summer because it's so murky, and like a lot of the paths are a lot harder to access. But I'm thinking because without that much snow, as well as the warmer temperatures this year, it's pretty dry. I mean, it's a little bit, your feet slide a little bit, but nothing too bad. So I came from back there where the bridge was. And the rivers, we're not on the other side of the bridge when I crossed the that one bridge, which I thought was a stone bridge, but it's not. It's just a concrete bridge. Still nice though. And the swinging suspension bridge, I'll go back over this to the other side where we started from when we get to that bridge. Shouldn't be much longer. See, all the way down to the bottom. It's not very deep at all. I'd gauge a couple feet at most. Although it can be a little bit deceiving, so there might be parts that are deeper. So let's see what else we can see here. Now the suspension bridge in, I believe, 1989 they redid. So I believe I read online that in 1989 they recabled the suspension bridge. So it should be fairly safe. I hear the train out there. It's a pretty active track out there, so. Oh, there's another stone coming up here so we can see what that says. Oh, and we are at the suspension bridge. I think they might have taken out the thing that I was talking about. It was kind of like a council, a circular, where everyone could meet. Let's see what this stone says. I believe that goes to, that might go to the same place as before as well as the subdivision. So this is the Paul Ahern Trail. I'm trying to stay out of it, the shadow. In honor of the co-founder and the president of the Lakeforest Open Lands Association, 71 to 77. So he helped to save these preserves. So there is a small bridge here. Which we might actually go down that area after I cross the suspension bridge. It doesn't look like much, but it usually wobbles pretty good. There are steps to get up there. Here's a placard. This swinging bridge is dedicated to the memory of a true friend of open lands, Donald Rogers Jr. And you can see the cables are newer. Watch your step. Go back here. Trying to recenter. There we go. It'll sway a little bit. I don't know if I beat the ducks or if they didn't come down this far. Or if they might have just swam farther. Oh, it moves pretty good, left to right. Oh, there's a puppy. I'm gonna go over the bridge where I came from. Just because I know where that goes better than this area. I'm not really sure where this area goes exactly. Well, you know what? We'll come back around that way. Let's go over the bridge again. There's a board missing there. Like I said, if your feet are slick, just make sure you don't slip and fall on this. I just think it's kind of cool that in the middle of the woods, there's just this bridge that's swinging / suspension. It's more like a creek, but it is actually the Skokie River. Wow, look at that old fence here. I've never noticed that before. Man, it's been there, looks like forever. Oh, there's the other way again. Everyone's very nice here. And there are steps at the end of this one, so you gotta remember that. So I'm gonna continue on this way. Maybe I'll come back that way. Because like I said, they're all like a whole bunch of little circles. Here's a little creek area coming up on this bridge. It's dry because it's been a dry year. And then it feeds into it, but there's nothing in there right now. Some old debris. You can see the bridge through there. That's the bridge we were just on. This area just starts as a little bit of a trickle. You can see where it cuts in, there's barely anything. So carrying on. Maybe the council area is over here, I think it is. Beautiful blue skies today. Trying to go slower too. Sometimes the videos I go really fast. Kind of a neat tree. All right, continuing on the trail here. Nice little areas where it goes down to the river, but it is very steep, so unless you're planning or assuming that you might get wet, I wouldn't try it, because there's no steps or anything. You just kind of slide in. Here's like a little marsh area. Oh, maybe this is what I was thinking of. Yeah, this is it. It's more like a circular deck. It's a circular deck at the end of a pier, I guess is the easiest way to say it. It's actually really cool. In celebration of Sue and West Dixon's 50th anniversary. So 2003, so this is the one, because I was here before that. You can see there's a lot of algae and moss kind of growing in here. It's just like a wetland. Nothing wrong, it's just, that's the way they are, wetlands, so. The water kind of stays stagnant, so. I just like these things that are just in the middle of the forest. You wouldn't be expecting a bridge out here. So continuing on the trail here. Going back, I don't know if I'll film unless something comes up, just because I'll be filming into the sun. And that gets pretty grainy, so we'll see. If there's something there, I'll do it, but. Got some caution tape here because it's kind of eroded. Probably there was an old tree in there or something and the roots gave out, or decomposed. Oh yeah, we're already by the railroad bridge. Or trestle. I guess it's a bridge. This sign's not very active at all. It is active, but not a lot. Yeah, here's the second bridge. Oh, it says trail closed coming up. Oh, last time I was here, this bridge was closed. They must have rebuilt it. So trail closed. We're gonna go down here just a little bit and then we'll take this bridge up and over. Because it's kind of cool going under the train one, but it is very eroded. Oh, actually there is no trail anymore. Kind of seems like going this way might be better. Let's see. Yeah, last time I was here, this bridge over here was closed off. Maybe it just wasn't safe at the time. I'm gonna walk really slow here because I don't want to end up in the water. Oh, this isn't bad. So I'll kind of go down here, jump across, a little creek here. Oh, the mud's very soft. Actually, I wanted to go down here for a minute. I wear really crappy shoes, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about my shoes per se. Obviously the dogs come down here. But there's the bridge we'll be on the way back crossing. It looks a little sketchy, so I could see why it was closed for a while. Hopefully they shored it up well. Hopefully you can hear the sounds of the water. And there's the train bridge. You can see all the mud here. Well, hopefully you can see it. Let me get out of the thing. It goes really deep when you put your foot in it. Actually, walking up the creek bed's actually better. The trail does continue on there. The train, oh, there's a twig in my ear, or on my ear. There's a train bridge. I'll get behind it and shoot into it. See if we can get it. This way doesn't look as bad to get up there. Maybe on the way back I'll try it. So this eventually hooks up with other houses out here. I think it turns into a different trail. Now I think as part of the original map, I'm now past it. So I'm into the other. I don't know if this is the Lake County Forest Preserve Trail. I vaguely remember there was like a bridge that looked like it almost came in with a car, like a car bridge over this river. I think that's coming up on the left too. Again, so many things, they've been abandoned for so long, they just deteriorate. I'm not seeing it here. Maybe it's up a little bit. For the slower parts, I'll probably speed up the video. Oh, if anyone cares, filming on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, wireless mic 2, 4K 60. And it's all just the default mode. This area here, there's like nobody around. Oh, here's the bridge I was talking about. Well, the steel's still there. It's just the craziest thing. I don't know where it goes or where it went, but it was a heavy-duty bridge. I think I can go around the thing, this big log here. Whoa, the mud's really soft. At least this time of year, I don't have to worry about little snakes or anything, or spiders for that matter. I love finding these abandoned things out in the woods. You can see there was planks. Now, it could have been railroad. I'm not really sure. It looks like there's a little bit of a clearing there, like something went through here at one point. Trying to get... And I'd have to see what's there. I know the railroad's there, as well as the, maybe this is a predecessor to the previous railroad bridge we just saw. I was thinking it was cars, but maybe this was rail. I don't know. It's hard to find history on a lot of this stuff. Especially when you're saying, where's there a bridge in the middle of the woods? Or the history of the bridge in the woods. Get a close-up of it there, zooming in. I forgot this was here until I came over the other, or under the other railroad area. Like I said, there is a train line, so it could be part of that. But it just kind of goes to nowhere, so. Well, that's where I came from, heading this way. Except for a lake, I don't think there's too much back here. And it's a pretty wide trail, which is kind of surprising. Oh, if you do bring a dog, obviously bring a towel because their feet are going to be so muddy and their bellies. So, unless you want your car caked with mud, but it's really muddy here. Just that first section had the wood chips. As far as where the lake is. Because there's another one of these lake forest open lands that I want to do where it has a staircase that goes down to Lake Michigan. I don't know if I'll do that. I'm going to film that video next, but I don't know which one I'm going to post first. One thing I'm trying to figure out with my channel is, do you prefer when I walk and film the whole thing, walk and film it but speed it up, or just do the highlights of what I've seen? I mean, I know on YouTube you can fast forward and go through stuff, and I try to put chapters. I'm just trying to figure out how to make the channel better. So if you prefer the long POV walks, I'm perfectly fine doing that, but if nobody really likes them, I'm not going to really do them anymore, and I'll just put the highlights in. So put down in the comments which you prefer. And there are no trails on that side. Right before the railroad bridge, that bridge that went the other way, that has the trails, but on this side of the train bridge, it's all on this side, which is the east side of the Skokie Valley River. I believe that feeds into the north branch of the Chicago River, which then feeds into the Chicago River downtown. See what's on the side here. This might be where the lake is up here. I know you get a little bit to the right, and then it's over there. It's pretty easy to vlog in here. It's pretty easy to vlog in here because there's nobody around, so when you're talking to the camera, people don't think you're crazy out here because there's no one you really run into. At least on this side of the train bridge. Oh, it is kind of continuing on. I know it does come out in a subdivision, but the subdivision kind of cleared everything, so it's not like this. Oh, I hear a train. Yeah, they're really cleaning this out, which is good. Oh, there's the lake. It's over there. Maybe this is the one that was closed last time. So the bridge is this way, or another bridge is this way. Let's just go by the lake here. Wow, something's squawking at me out here. Well, this is good because last time I could not get this close to the lake. It was so dense, the wooded area. It's always nice to find like a lake in the middle of nowhere. Lake, pond, whatever it is. It doesn't have a name. Probably if they make this a area with picnic tables and a true path, they'll probably put a thing. Look at those trees there. They're dead, but they look pretty cool. Wow, this is all open now. This is nice. A little pan there. Well, I'm really glad I came out here because it's changed a lot. Maybe I was here in 2020. And like I said, you could not get to the lake. I'll have to see in the spring if there's a lot of birds here. All right, so let's go check out this little bridge here. And you'll hear the cars because I'm really close to it's actually a highway. It's 60, 65 miles an hour. You get a truck going through, it's really loud. Boy, they've done some nice clearing in here. Hopefully they're planning to make it more accessible. And over here, on this side of the fence, or the other side of the fence, was the old North Shore line, which was the interurban between Chicago and Milwaukee. Ah, so that looks like it just keeps going and going. I just don't understand why there's a path here. Oh, I've seen this bridge from far away. Just cross it. I'm not going any further than this because it says authorized only. But I just wanted to see what it was like. Want to hit as many bridges as I can. So I think it used to be able to take the trails down and around, but not anymore. Oh, the bike trail's right there. I don't know if you could see the green and blue signs. What's kind of cool here is if you look at the, trying to get it in the frame. I mean, they did a ton of elaborate rock work along the banks. So at one point, this was something more than just a bike trail. And you can see they're really, really old. Which is kind of interesting. I've always wanted to find this, this bridge. I saw it from the bike trail a couple times, but I never could figure out where it was. I always went the other way around the lake. So that's kind of cool. So I'm just crossing the bridge here. You can see it in the background there. It's not long, maybe 12 strides across. So definitely worth seeing. So I'm gonna go this way because I don't know how to get back the other way. So back across the bridge. Love these bridges in the woods. Pretty frozen over. Which goes to show you it's not that deep. I think I found a way up to the train. Whoa, it is really steep. There's a railroad tie down there. Yeah, I did. This one is very inactive because it crosses the main line, and the main line always has something going on. There's a path down there. You can see it used to be two rails. It's got this wide area here. There's a bridge we'll be crossing when I get down from here, which is probably gonna be a lot harder. Some dogs down there. So there's the bridge that I was just on top of coming back. Man, it was really steep coming down though. You can see the angle of that. Got hit in the face with a, got hit up here with a stick, kind of slapped back at me. I don't think there's anything there, but. So now we're gonna cross the other bridge. I think I went this way when I came up. It was a little cleaner. Here's where the dogs were when I was up on the bridge too. Hopefully you can see it through there. You can see how the closed thing. So this one was closed before. Well, that's from under the train bridge. So now we're on the first pedestrian bridge on the north side of this preserve. Like I said, it goes further north, but that's a different preserve. They just happen to connect. And these little wooden planks there, but hopefully you can hear the water there. And this is the other side. Looking straight down. They're not super high bridges, but they're kind of, I guess, to keep level with the terrain, but they're higher than you would think, so I guess I can go down here and get a better view of what it looks like. It's kind of fascinating how these bridges are just out here. They obviously served a purpose because they're not going to build a huge concrete bridge for no reason. It's kind of weird if you look there, like the crack, like right in the center. I don't know if you can kind of see it. I think it's like right about there. Looks like it's cracking at the center. All right, so I'm on the other side of the river, and I'm back to the, what they call swinging, I call suspension bridge. There's a suspension bridge. And if you look underneath there, you can see the old foundation for the previous bridge. I don't know what kind of bridge it was. Still a few fall colors left. Kind of surprising. They haven't fallen yet. Here's all the information about the preserve. You can scan the QR code if you want to get it in there. So this concludes the hiking video from Skokie River Nature Preserve. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more content like this and be notified when new videos come out. And then put in the comments what you like, what you don't like, just so I know what kind of videos to make in the future. Thanks for watching.